And now it's time for Frontline at Full Sail, your leading source for local entertainment. Now here's your host, Josh Kirkland.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Frontline at Full Sail, your up-to-the-minute update with Orlando's hottest entertainment. I'm your host, Josh Kirkland. Stay right here because when we come back, we will get a glimpse of the D radio show after this. Welcome back and thanks for tuning in. We here at Frontline got a chance to meet with conspiracy theorist, the D, to see how he got his start.
I was inspired to start broadcasting through radio when I had a good friend that I've known for 20-something years, had his own radio show, and he asked me to come down to Rollins College and spicing up the show a little bit with a little bit of conspiracy. It was mainly a radio kind of college thing where he was just talking about music and interviewing bands and stuff, and he wanted to add a little bit more meat to the matter. So I went in there and was a guest on his show for about 2 or 3 years, and it led to me getting my own show. I'm only on the air once a week. It used to be twice. It's once a week. You know, with the schedule that we have here at Full Sail, it would be harder to do any more than that. And it's early in the morning. It's at 6 a.m. on Thursday morning, so I have to wake up around 4:45, make it down there, make my music selection for the day, and then usually right after that we have a 9 o'clock lecture. So it's kind of a hard thing to push through sometimes. Well, the audience is primarily anybody who lives in Winter Park, anybody who knows about the show and has stumbled across the show online. You can stream the show live online. So the audience could be anybody from somebody in Tokyo, Korea, sometimes in Europe, that has stumbled across the show because they know of Rollins. It's Rollins' 125th anniversary this year. And out of 36,000 online radio stations, we rank number 6,000. So that means there's 30,000 other radio stations that don't have as many views as we have. So there is quite a large range. So it's anybody in the Winter Park area that can pick us up on the FM station, as well as people that are streaming it online through our online website. So you never know who's going to be listening and what your target audience is. So you just go for it and you be yourself, and you don't promote yourself for any audience. You just be yourself.
He's been in radio broadcasting for 5 years. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the D. Good to have you here.
Yeah, good to be here. Thank you.
So you have your own show, The D Show. Can you tell us about the show a little bit?
Sure. The D Show's been in existence for 3 years, and I've been doing radio broadcasting for 6 with my friend Ryan. And it's pretty much an alternative history show. Basically, it's not a conspiracy theorist show because I don't consider myself a conspiracy theorist. I consider myself a truth seeker. So it's basically looking at current events as well as looking at events from the past and looking at them through a debunking way to read between the lines and find the information out that may be hidden by the history books or hidden by the mass media that feeds people lies in America.
Right. When and where were your first interests in conspiracy?
I think that I've been gearing up to be a debunker or an alternative historian my whole life. My favorite movie as a child was E.T. At the age of 4 years old, I used to walk around with a life-size E.T. doll, and he was my best friend. So as a child, my favorite movie was E.T. As a teenager, my favorite movie was Independence Day. And just recently, I saw Skyline. So,
What'd you think of that movie?
I thought that it was a little bit far-fetched, but I still liked it. It was not as epic as I thought it would be, but it was pretty good. So I think that my whole life I've always been questioning, always been into paranormal activity, interdimensional beings, possibly visitors from another solar system or another galaxy coming here, and advancing human life and causing evolution to speed up. There is no missing link. There is no evolution versus creation. It is actually primitive beings being sped up by extraterrestrials. That's what I believe.
What are the essential ingredients for a conspiracy?
Well, I mean, a conspiracy is anything that affects a large group of people, or it's a plot to do something wrong to somebody or a group of people. So I think personally that the elements of a good conspiracy is making it no longer a theory, but having factual evidence to back up what you're saying. For example, Project Northwoods proves that there was a government plot to try to make the Cuban Missile Crisis bigger than it really was and allow Russian missiles to be in Cuba. You got the Patriot Act, which proves that the government is listening to your cell phone calls and your emails and your text messages. You have HR 635, which is a Homeland Security Act, which proves that FEMA death camps actually exist. You have all these declassified government documents that are smoking guns. So you can actually prove what you're saying is actually a fact and not a theory at all.
Now, you say conspiracy theories are just, or you like to say alternative news.
Mm-hmm.
Which alternative issue do you find most interesting?
Well, it all started off by me researching the Mayan calendar, the 2012 doomsday end of the world. That evolved into researching September 11th of 2001, possibly being an inside job. Learning about JFK's assassination and realizing that the one magic bullet didn't kill the President of the United States. And it pretty much branches out to every other aspect of your life. And you see something on the mainstream news, you think to yourself, something doesn't seem right about this. Who is to gain? Who is this affecting? Who is going to be benefiting from this financially? And usually when you follow those leads on, you realize that the media that the mainstream people in America are listening to, the pop culture, is usually jaded and all owned by the same people. Clear Channel Communications. They own 4 out of 5 of all the voting machines and all the radio stations in Orlando besides WPRK, which were a basement radio. So.
Now, we all know that there's some spooky celebrities out there. Which celebrities are aliens?
Well, I mean, some are, if they're not actually aliens, they're worshiping alien information, or they're some kind of Scientologist where they have one little piece of the pie and they believe that L. Ron Hubbard is their messiah and things like that. So you got John Travolta and Tom Cruise that are Scientologists that believe that L. Ron Hubbard had this key information about parasitic aliens being part of your agenda. But I actually believe that the hip-hop community, especially, is being controlled by extraterrestrial knowledge. I believe that Lil Wayne himself is indeed an extraterrestrial alien.
Oh, most definitely.
Right.
Most definitely.
Yeah, he looks like one. He even says that he is one. You have people like Jay-Z and Kanye West who are throwing up the Illuminati symbol and are obviously part of some type of brotherhood like the Freemasons or the Skull and Bones, Scroll and Key, which all leads back to the elusive Illuminati, which is a secret society that wants to control the world with their esoteric knowledge.
Now, on your show, what type of callers do you usually get time to time?
Well, most of the callers that I get are kind of irate. Maybe they didn't like the fact that I brought up this particular conversation at 6 o'clock in the morning, and on their morning commute they wanted to listen to their favorite jam and just kind of rock out, and you hear this crazy guy talking about the fact that Michael Jackson's an extraterrestrial, and Michael Jackson just passed away a couple days ago. That wasn't really him. So, and then they kind of question, where do I get my information? And that's when I bring up the factual evidence that I have, these declassified documents that I'm referring to, and the sources that I use every day.
Do you ever feel that the government's watching you?
Every single day. They're probably watching us right now.
I bet they are watching
In fact,
us.
I bet you there are some people in a room somewhere watching us on a screen monitoring every movement that I'm making. Hey, how you doing?
What do you have to say to the fans out there?
If there is any fans out there, the black sheep need to herd together, get away from the masses, and you need to think for yourself and question authority.
Some good advice. Thank you for being on our show today.
Sure.
You can check out the D Show Thursday mornings at 6 to 8 a.m. on 91.5 WPRK Winter Park, the voice of Rollins. Now, the Top Movie Minute with Evan Willer, and we'll also check out a unique place to catch those movies.
What's up, guys? This is this month's top 5 movies in 1 minute. Up first, we have the new Harry Potter movie. Big whoop. You already know what's going to happen here at Hogwarts, so I don't need to explain anything. Thank Lord Voldemort, almost over. Speaking of hunky actors, Russell Crowe stars in the new movie The Next 3 Days. Sounds pretty intense. I'm pretty zooted for this flick. You should be too. Unstoppable just recently came out. It's about 2 train conductors bonding while trying to stop an unmanned train. Oh no. It stars a pretty awesome cast, the hunky Chris Pine and the awesome Denzel Washington. That is just, just works me up just to think about those two. Next up we have, Next up we have Skyline. It's another alien movie. It looks pretty epic. It stars that dude from Scrubs and the dude from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I haven't seen it yet, but maybe I will, just maybe. The movie Due Date has been in theaters for about 3 weeks now, but who cares? Open with a 33.5 milli weekend. Yeah, buddy. Due Date stars RDJ and Zach Galifianakis on a road trip across the country on a journey of finding themselves. The usual cliche of a movie. You should probably watch this, well, because I said so, and I just like funny movies. But now here's a clip to check out some cheap theaters to watch these movies.
Here at Full Sail, us film students usually have one thing in mind.
Inception, that was amazing.
Inception, excellent movie, really, really good.
The Hangover, and it was awesome. It's a hilarious movie.
Due Date, it's this weekend. It's comedy, so I want to laugh.
Movies. We did some research around Winter Park to find the closest and cheapest spot to catch the newest flicks. Hi, I'm Gary Hancock, and we're here outside of Aloma Cinema Grill here in Winter Park as we check out theaters in Orlando.
Just recently we added another theater. It seats about 77. It's one of our smaller theaters, but it's cozy. It's got couches. A couple other things we added is just to the front of our building we have a new sign, a new stuccoing to our front, so it makes it more appealing to the eye. The front we added another ticket taker booth because we're going to be busier. Usually we just had one. Now we have 2 ticket takers, and just the front lobby is a lot different. Well, what makes this theater unique is you get to eat as you watch a movie. You have a full menu as you would a restaurant, but you also get to enjoy a movie as you're eating. And it's only $5.50 to see a movie here. It's definitely comparable to other movie theaters as far as it's very cheap.
Other good deals we found are Touchstar Cinema Colonial Promenade 6, where you can catch movies for $2 on Tuesdays. And if you're feeling particularly artsy, you can check out one of the independent films at the Enzian Theater, located at 1330 South Orlando Avenue in Maitland, Florida. Well, that's been Theaters Across Orlando. I'm Gary Hancock. Back to you in the studio.
Make sure to log on to Propeller for a full list of discounts on local theaters. Right after the break, we'll catch up with Evan again for his opinion on the best video games dropped in November. Stay tuned.
They broke the law at every turn. They had no restraint. They were rebels without a clue.
What's wrong with you guys?
Oh, compound fractures, contusions.
No, I mean, why no safety belts?
It's just what dummies do.
Oh, yeah? Well, this is what I do.
Busted for not wearing safety belts.
Hey, pal, it's the law.
Police are ticketing across the nation. Buckle your safety belt.